All right, we're here once again with Unger the Radar with Mr. Randy Unger. How you doing today, Randy?
Hey Jim, how are you?
It's good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. So guys, welcome to Unger the Radar. I'm your host, Randy Unger, and with me right now is actor, comedian, Tony Vasquez. How you doing, sir?
All right, thank you.
Thanks
I'm doing
for
great.
being here today.
Thank
this
you.
is
My
fun. So tell me, how'd you get into acting?
Oh, geez. Actually, that's, that goes way back to when I was a kid. Actually, it was, I don't know if, you probably do being an entertainment guy.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Super 8 cameras, the 8mm and the Super 8. And we started, my brothers and I, it was 3 of us, my older brother, myself being the middle one, and my younger brother. And we used to make our own movies.
Awesome.
In the neighborhood. We would get the neighborhood kids, and this is going to tell you how old I am. Back in the late 70s, we would do our own version of Shaft and Superfly, and I was always the Shaft or the Superfly, and my younger brother was like on the sidelines, and that's pretty much what led to it. Now, may he rest in peace, Joseph B. Vasquez. He was a writer and director of Hanging with the Homeboys, 1991, and he has something out that's on Netflix now. It's called The House That Jack Built. It's a great movie script that he wrote, and one of his buddies picked it up and produced it with, the licensing and all the permission.
Are you in it?
No, unfortunately. It was one of those deals where my mom was the one that granted access. So when I found out about it, an acting buddy of mine said, "Hey, they're doing one of your brother's movies." And I was like, Mr. Detective, like, are you kidding me? Where? What? Who?
Yeah.
Who did? And this guy, that guy. And I called my mom. And I'm like, did you give this guy permission? Yes. Well, Mom, may she rest in peace as well. She passed away in 2014. Didn't you think I'd want to be a part of it? Oh, he has his own people.
His own people.
Yeah, so I guess it wasn't destined for me to be in that one, but it still is a great movie.
Okay. Yeah. Are there any actors who have influenced your work?
Oh, geez, of course. I look at there's this one guy that I really like who maybe some people know him and some people don't. He's getting real popular now. Edgar Ramirez.
Oh yeah, he was in a movie about the revolutionary.
Liberator
or something.
Yeah,
Liberator.
Yeah, he's been in so many movies.
No,
now.
He's good. He's unique.
Yeah, he's different. And I'm like looking at this guy, and I'm like, because as a Latin American male, you figure like a lot of these guys have to change their last names, and look at Charlie Sheen is really Estevez, and and they're doing all of that stuff. And I think that time has passed. Yeah. Now you can really use your Rodriguez or Vasquez or whatever it is.
Be proud of your heritage. That's amazing.
Vasquez, the right way to say
Vasquez, not Vasquez.
Vasquez. Like with a B.
Right? Okay, Vasquez. I like that.
Yeah. It's dignified.
All right. Because there's a character, I don't know if you remember Aliens. There's a
the girl.
Marine. Yeah. Her name is Vasquez.
Yeah. Well, that's, in the 6th grade, my, I think it was a science teacher came by. And he's like, what's your name? And I was like, Anthony Vasquez. And he's like, you don't even know how to say your own name. It's Vasquez. Say it with dignity. And ever since then, I said, you know what?
It stuck with you.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
All right. What are some of your favorite movies?
Oh,
Top 3.
Top 3. Wow. That's that's a tough one to narrow down. But I really like docudramas kind of thing. I really had fun watching The Wolf of Wall Street.
That was a great one.
Yeah, he's about a bad guy having a ball on other people's money, but was still well done.
Yeah.
I like movies that make you feel something.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I'm a guy, but I was watching the Secret Life of Bees, and I was tearing up.
All right.
You know, hey, hope you girls like sensitive guys.
Yeah.
You
there
know,
you go.
no, but stuff like that. You know,
Okay. I was listening earlier, so you're a big fan of De Niro, Pacino.
yeah, De Niro, Pacino. Oh, I left out The Walk,
The Walk.
the movie about this guy who walks across the Twin
Oh,
Towers.
that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
right?
it's a great movie.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah.
that one, but I
Yeah.
love Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite directors.
That was an excellent movie.
Cool. So what do you have coming up?
Right now, actually, I'm in the process of trying to secure a new manager or agent
Okay.
because I mean, not that I'm better than anybody, but I'm getting offered a lot of work, but it's background work,
Yeah.
and I
I've
want
been
to.
there too. I've been
Yeah.
down that road.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it and it's fun sometimes, but since I've done scenes opposite Al Pacino, so I figured at least gives me a little bit of leverage. I mean, come on, give me one or two lines.
Right. What movie was that?
The Son of No One.
Okay.
Yeah, 2012.
With Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
great movie too. However, I felt that one got lost in translation. I'm reading the script,
Yeah.
couldn't put it down.
Oh, really?
Suspense. You just want to see what happens next.
Nice.
And then when you watch the film, it's like, what happens?
Yeah. Okay. But no, you had this like New York cop aura about you, like perfect
Yeah.
detective. Yeah.
I did. I've been cast in a couple of detectives.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I was, opposite Al Pacino, a
Oh,
detective.
nice.
And I did this one called A Place in Hell,
Okay.
which is an independent movie directed by David Borbor,
Okay.
Philadelphia guy.
Okay.
He's really good. I think he's going to be the next Scorsese.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's quite a statement.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Well, you know what? There's it's a Facebook group. It's called New York Actors Tweet Up,
Okay.
and they have I don't know if you've been to these.
Yeah,
events.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, they have them like every couple of months at like bars, and they're basically like meetups where it's just actors, writers, directors who join together. I've gone as a critic. You just go there, and basically it's just all about networking.
I've been to one or two. I've
Yeah.
met this young lady named Q.
Q.
She has a one-woman show called They Call Me Q.
Okay.
Look, I'm giving you a promotion, Q.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, she's great. A very tenacious lady, just really on it and
Sure.
always moving forward. And I like that kind of energy.
Yeah, you need that, especially in New York.
Forget it. Yeah.
You're born and raised?
Born and raised in the South Bronx, where
Nice.
hip hop originated.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, back then I was a graffiti artist. I was part of that whole movement.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, the
Cool.
graffiti. I was ghetto famous.
I like that. So yeah. So like, do you consider yourself more of an actor or a comedian, or do you kind of blend both in your work? Like, how do you identify yourself?
That's funny. Yeah, that's a good one. I just say an artist.
Art. Okay.
Yeah,
There you
because
go.
I'm a musician as well.
Okay.
And initially I got into acting first.
Mhm.
And it was always like just fun. And then like around second year high school, I started getting serious about it and joining the acting groups and stuff like that. And
Wow, you've been at it a while.
yeah, off and on.
Okay. Cool.
So, and then, I just really fell in love with music once I learned how to play guitar. And,
Okay.
and I sold out. I wanted to be like, American rock god. Who doesn't?
Yeah, there's nothing
No.
wrong with that.
And I was thinking of it for all the wrong reasons, though. All the
Okay.
accolades. The women, the money, the car, the clothes.
You got to balance artistic integrity with money. It's like, it's not easy. I guess.
Integrity. What's that?
Yeah.
No, I get you.
Yeah. That's cool. So, what is it about acting or just the arts that fascinates you so much?
Good word. Fascinates.
What draws you? Like, what fuels your passion?
I mean, I think like for me, it's just a natural thing. Like I worked at jobs and, when I'm at the job and I'm entertaining at jobs, whatever it is, if it's telemarketing or something, and everybody's looking at me like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like, you don't belong here. You should be on stage somewhere or something like that.
Right,
So
right.
I feel like it's just a natural fit.
Okay.
So any agents out there, I need agents. I need
There you go.
managers.
Tony Vasquez.
Vasquez.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Tony, for your time.
All
This was
right.
amazing.
Thank you for having me
Awesome.
here.
Hope to see you in bigger blockbusters.
Of
and
course.
TV shows.
Actually, I'm my next project.
Yes.
I'm doing a short film which I wrote and planning on directing called "In God We Trust,"
Okay.
and it's a suspense thriller actually.
Okay.
And when you see like on all the dollar bills it says "In God We Trust,"
Right. I like
so
the
that's
title.
it has something to do with follow the money, and
Okay.
I think it could be a feature, but I'm just doing it as a short film.
Are
for now.
you filming in New York?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
So.
if you need an extra, or
All right.
actor,
Excellent.
let me know.
There you go.
All right. Thanks again.
Got you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Cool. Okay, we'll be right back with magician mentalist Robin Channing and Ghostbuster Mr. Josh Yoder. Stay tuned, guys.
All right.
Okay, and we're back. We didn't realize how exciting things were getting in here.
Yeah, we got such a
We got such a thing going on here.
I'm the couch guy. Right?
Actually, we can have one of you on the. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
We didn't realize how short that song
Sorry, guys.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna have to mic these guys up again.
I'm not even.
We got a mic there.
There we go.
Yeah, just give me
All right,
one. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That one's gonna be a boom. All right, and I have to project.
Yes, or move up a little. I mean,
Okay, everyone, this is for real. We're really back this time. And take it away, Randy.
welcome back, guys. I'm Randy Unger, the Unger with the Radar once again, and I've got two very special guests with me. I've got Mr. Josh Yoder. He's a fellow New York City Ghostbuster and a hell of a guy. We also have mentalist and magician Mr. Robin Channing, back fresh off the Evan Gisberg show. How you guys doing?
Always a pleasure. Yes.
Yeah.
Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah. So we're just gonna review some movies today. I gave you guys, I don't want to say homework, but they were moved. It's entertainment.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, look at it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Brave New Jersey. What did you guys think?
I really wanted.
Yeah.
I really wanted to love this
Yeah.
movie. I loved Tony Hale.
Tony Hale from there.
You know him from Arrested Development, plays Buster.
Veep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really wanted to just fall in love with it.
Because you're a history teacher, so
Yeah.
you have an
It's
appreciation.
based upon an actual event, which was the Orson Welles broadcast.
Yeah.
It kind of goes the extra.
Right. I should just give you guys a heads up. Brave New Jersey, it's about a small town in New Jersey that goes insane after they hear the famous Orson Welles War of the Worlds broadcast on the radio. They think it's an actual Martian invasion, so they all like collect weapons and supplies and prepare for the worst. And this was like a quirky comedy. I personally enjoyed it. It was weird. It was offbeat. That's for
It
sure.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
But Robin, what
Well, I wanted to like it.
Yeah. Same boat.
And I liked the premise. I was really intrigued by the premise about the Orson Welles, the very famous radio broadcast,
Right.
and so I went into it looking forward to that, the execution. But to me, the story, the characters, and just the production, I thought it treated the subject matter in a way seriously.
Yeah.
So I didn't view it as a comedy at all. I thought of it more as a lighthearted drama.
Okay.
So because to me, it didn't work for me at all as a comedy.
Really?
But it did work as a lighthearted drama.
It could have been a little more intense, a little more gritty.
I think for me that was the problem. It was intense and it was gritty, kind of. I mean, I like some of the subplots going on with some of the main characters and so forth, especially the way the movie ended. I kind of like that, but like I said before, I think it works a lot better as a lighthearted drama than it does as a comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
I think, too, I mean, one of the things that I kind of was thinking, especially with the character of the mayor, you never really get any kind of development. And I think it's because you only have about 15 minutes into the movie that the action happens, so there's only so much you can really say about these characters.
Too many characters, too.
Yeah, you never really learn that much about the main character.
Right.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I thought he did go through some kind of development because he was very reserved, very kind of sheltered.
Yeah.
The mayor.
And when he finally explodes.
Yeah. It was a progression, like his love interest sort of brought out of him like his interest in songs and songwriting, and that was the catalyst for him to finally explode. Right. And then the ending the way it was. I thought his character arc had a good that what actually interested me. His
and
character.
also the blonde girl with the fiance, she had a bit of a moment too.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the whole cast of characters, they were just kind of cartoonish.
And I got one thing that, and it occurred to me the moment it was happening in the movie. Okay, I'm going to just put this out there. See if you can pick up on it. Okay, so like 23, 24 minutes into the movie, that old man Collins comes out. And they're all in the church, and they're all trying to figure out what to do. And he comes out and does the whole kind of, you need to follow me.
Yeah.
We'll find them. We'll fight. And then you spend the rest of the time preparing for this
big battle.
Right. That you don't really see the enemy till the end. It's kind of they stole the scene from Jaws. Kind of.
Right.
It's very much like a Quint entry scene movie. Yeah.
Not as good. I mean, he didn't have
exactly.
No potato chips.
I sort of liked his character arc too, in the sense that he sort of knows it's a farce, but he's just going along with it anyway, just because it's so exciting to do.
Relive the glory days.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
You notice nobody listens to the radio after the first
right.
And nobody in the town actually heard. Like I would have liked if they would have added kind of a sub. But I mean, explain why nobody in this entire town listens to the first 5 minutes of Orson Welles. Like, say, maybe there's a blackout. Maybe something happens that they don't. But they never really explain.
Except the little girl. She's like, no one's talking about
this.
Right. Yeah, I think if they had pronounced that point more and then just sort of emphasized the absurdity of it, then it would have come across more comedic.
It was a decent movie, but it kind of faltered here. And it wasn't great, unfortunately. But I respect what they were trying to do.
It wasn't terrible.
No, it was watchable.
Mm-hmm.
So, final thoughts, guys, on that one?
I have to sound like a parrot at this point. It works a lot better as a light drama than it does as a comedy.
Gotcha. And Josh, what do you
agree?
Yeah,
agree.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. So next, guys, we've got another sort of historical drama. It's called 6 Days, and it's basically about a group of gunmen who stormed the Iranian embassy in London, and basically they want to free their brothers in prison, and they basically hold a bunch of British citizens and Iranian citizens in the embassy hostage. And I personally didn't love this movie. What do you guys think?
Okay, I liked it for what it was, and I liked the feel of it, the production. I like the suspense. Most of all, I liked Mark Strong.
Yeah, well, he's great in everything.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, that his presence, that voice of his as well. Oh God,
he was Sinestro, right?
Yeah, he was Sinestro in Green Lantern. He was also Henry Blackwood in Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, he's like typecast as a villain. But in this, he wasn't a villain. He was just an authoritative detective. I think he was.
But still, that gravity that he has, especially when he talks, I'm like, wow. Mark Strong, that's the treat.
And I've never seen the man smile. I don't think I've ever seen him.
He doesn't need to. It's Mark freaking Strong. He doesn't need to smile, okay?
True. Good point. Josh, what did you think?
as a history person, I ended up kind of liking it. It took me some time to get into it. I thought it kind of started a bit slow. Once you got yourself about 20, 30 minutes in, it kind of picked itself up a little bit more. I thought it did very well portraying the actual series of events, and really kind of focusing upon for example, the character of the reporter who became very famous after that for her reporting on the incident. And I thought it was well done. Like I said, it took me a little bit of time, but then it kind of picked up and it kind of pulls you in once you're about that midway point.
I don't know. It just bored me to tears. the pacing was so like it dragged.
Yes, it did.
I mean, I get it. They were trying to establish tension, but it just really didn't work for me.
Well, for me, I thought the slow pacing was so that they were trying to build up to that one climactic suspenseful scene towards the end. That's just. I get that because you can't just have nothing but tension. You need a sort of like a sort of relaxed build up towards it. I think that it was more. It's not so much tension; it was more suspense.
Yeah.
The suspense was in the build up, and then once that scene took off at the end, with the really big
raid.
the raid. I was like, wow, okay, it hit the fan.
I thought it could have hit the fan harder. It just didn't. I don't know.
You get a lot of those moments where you're like, oh, they're getting ready. Here they go.
Yeah.
I think I'll go get a snack now.
Right now. Start and stop.
Yeah.
Start and stop.
Yeah, so it's like it built up the tension, but then broke it down. Where it says, okay, we're gonna take a snack. All right.
There's only so much you can do when you're trying to portray something actually happening.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do like the fact that it was an actual event.
Yeah.
That's. But I don't know. It just didn't work.
To each their own,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it another viewing and see.
Okay.
I did kind of like Jamie Bell as like the leader. He wasn't the leader, but he was like one of the soldiers who stormed the place. He's a good actor. He's decent. He's done a lot of smaller films. So I'm trying to think of other raid movies we can compare this to.
We had Munich.
A lot better than this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a bit.
And you got the it's about the Iranian, the U.S. Embassy in Iran.
Shoot. Who's in that?
Ben Affleck who did
Argo.
Argo.
Okay. That one Best Picture, I think.
Yeah,
that was great.
I mean, that occurred just within a couple of years of this this raid as well.
Oh, did it?
Pretty much same time period.
History teacher.
There you go. All right.
Very nice. So I mean, honestly, I could have skipped it. This is like something that would be on Netflix. I just skipped right over it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, me too. Actually.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, it's average.
Yeah.
Like,
it just focused on that one event.
Yeah.
And it's all a question of what people's interest in that particular event would be.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to follow up on that particular raid in 1980 in London, by those Iranian terrorists, then go ahead. That's the movie.
Yeah.
So it's a very localized kind of piece.
And I'm sure that the movie was a lot more exciting than the actual event. I think. I don't know. I can't really tell.
Well, no one can tell at this point.
But you know what I mean? They would like dramatize it a little bit.
Right.
I don't know. No one can really tell.
Right.
Okay, moving on.
Onward and upward.
So the last movie we are reviewing.
Oh, yes, there it is. There it is.
Yes. Now this movie, I think we can. This will take up some time.
Yeah.
Yes. Quirky movie.
It's called Dave Made a Maze, and it's a smaller movie. Basically, it's so weird. It's so weird.
What they did with cardboard is amazing.
It's so creative.
Yeah.
Basically, it's about this couple. The girlfriend comes home to see a huge cardboard fort in her living room, and she hears a voice, and it happens to be her boyfriend who's in the maze. And basically, inside this cardboard maze, which doesn't look more than like 4 or 5 feet, it's actually a huge world inside, and it's like an Alice in Wonderland type of fantasy adventure. And I thought this movie was totally nuts. I loved it.
It's definitely like the cardboard Doctor Who TARDIS.
Yes, there you go. Where it looks small, and when you enter, it's like.
Well, I was going to say, do you remember the movie from the 90s, Cube?
Cube.
Cube?
What do you mean sphere?
No, it's
No,
Cube.
no.
It's where they wake up inside of a cube and
No,
they
I
keep
see
going
that.
to different cubes.
I did not see that one. I'm sorry.
I need to see this movie
There's
now.
Cube and Cube 2, and basically,
It's a sequel.
all of these people wake up in this cube. Nobody knows why they got there, and they keep going. The cube has like 4 access points. They go to another one, but in each room, there's a trap that tries to kill them. And it reminded me of Martha Stewart had remade that movie, Cube.
Okay.
There you've got Dave made a maze.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That sounds almost exactly like this movie.
But it was one of those. It
Cube.
started, and I got like 5-10 minutes in, and I'm like, I looked down at the bar, and I'm like, okay, how much longer do I have to wait? But I ended up getting into it. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna be stupid, right? And you get, they start going into the maze, and they have all of those death scenes that are basically done with like crepe paper and
Right.
Yeah, right.
There's
Yeah.
like cardboard booby traps within the maze.
And it's even cardboard and confetti gore.
Yeah.
Yes,
That I thought was
and
quite
paper-mache
great.
blood.
Yeah, right. Right.
So weird.
And the movie, in a sense, reminded me of Labyrinth in terms of just the scope and the creativity.
Right.
And yeah, it's like I kind of like this whole Alice down the rabbit hole kind of feel to it. And that actually surprised me, just the fact that there was this huge world inside this series of cardboard boxes taped together. So just the creativity of it.
I love it.
Yeah, right. So just the creativity of it, I liked, and also just the execution of it, like the confetti gore
I love
and
that.
so forth.
No computer generated effects here. It's all practical. It's all cardboard and confetti. It's
Okay, so for people who dislike CGI, this is your movie. All right.
yeah.
All right.
Very creative, very original.
Mhm.
And like you said, it's totally absurd.
Yeah.
It totally pulls you into the story.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
fun movie, and it's not even that long. It's an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a fun ride. And,
Yeah.
it reminded me of like Michelle Gondry,
Mhm.
Charlie Kaufman, and
Mm-hmm.
even Terry Gilliam.
Yeah. I was gonna say Terry Gilliam. You're right. Well,
So
I was thinking more, what's this way, Tim Burton, but Terry Gilliam, that's a much more direct
Yeah.
comparison.
Because Tim Burton, he's kind of just doing computer generated now. It's sad.
Well, but me personally, I'm okay with CGI provided it's done well.
yeah.
know?
But Alice in Wonderland was just too much in my opinion.
Mhm.
But
Well, you know what? Before CGI came out, I mean, Tim Burton did do a lot of practical stuff.
yeah,
Okay, I mean, you look at his earliest works.
I'm thinking of Beetlejuice with the giant claw.
Yeah, right. Even Pee Wee's Big Adventure,
Yeah,
So think back to those days because he had his chops back then.
yeah.
But
Well, I
I
don't
think
know.
it's just the overuse of CGI too. I mean, even look at the new, blockbuster Star Wars. Is even they went back to
Practical.
some CGI, but let's bring back the puppets. Let's bring back,
Yeah.
and I think it has that feel of a previous time, of a previous type of movie that people just they miss.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we
They
need
really
that.
do.
Especially kids of the 80s and 90s. We
Yeah.
need
Right.
that,
Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the prequel trilogy of Star Wars is that
Oh, God.
they tried. No. Here's the thing: they tried to explore new ground. It hadn't been done before, where you had this entire CGI world basically masquerading as a real life world.
Mhm.
They tried to explore that ground and see where it can go,
Yeah.
and obviously it didn't hit with everybody.
No.
But at least the point has been done. The point has been made. That territory has been explored.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know where some filmmakers know where to go, and audiences know where not to go.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
the point needed to be made.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
for Lucas, I think he's just out there to make money. I mean, make toys for kids. And
Or
it's-
Jar Jar.
Yeah, Jar Jar.
Or Jar Jar.
Yeah,
I don't know, Jar Jar.
I thought
So
Jar Jar was
interesting.
redeemed in Attack of the Clones.
He
Because
did.
he wasn't even in it that
Yeah.
much. He's in the background.
Well, yeah, but he was given an important role. He had to propose the emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor. So yeah, he was given an important role that redeemed him.
I did like the Gungan world underwater.
Yeah,
With the
Yeah,
ships.
that
That was
that
cool.
was imaginative. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I also like the Trade Federation stuff in space and the droid army that they
Yeah,
had.
great ships. Yeah, the droids were cool.
And that was just Phantom Menace. I mean,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. Oh, forget it. I thought.
No, I'm not a fan of that.
I love that one. I've seen that
Really?
one. Yeah, I saw it 5 times on this screen. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, back to Dave Made a Maze.
Okay. Tangent over. All right.
We can get back to that. If we got
Okay.
some
All
time.
right.
So, definitely Terry Gilliam, I felt, in his like Brazil, Fisher King.
Yes.
Right.
So great.
Mhm.
Did you like the performances?
I did. I mean, like I said, it was goofy. I want to
Yeah.
know. I want to know what happened to the was it like the Norwegian couple or something like that?
Flemish?
The Flemish couple, yeah.
What is Flemish? What is that? Your history.
Oh, God.
I've never even heard of that.
You're
I know Finnish.
not my territory.
That's what the Finnish, Swedish, and then I guess Flemish is the same area.
That general region. Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'd be just going off the top of my head.
Do you think it's made up for the movie?
No. There is Flemish.
I don't feel like
Okay,
going through Google right now.
Off the
So
top of my head, I can't, it's not coming to me, but it is an actual.
Okay. It's a minor thing. We don't
Okay.
really need to explore that.
all right.
Well, it kind of also reminded me of Being John Malkovich in a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, there need to be more movies like this, like creative, crazy, zany movies that
Uh-huh.
aren't Transformers. you know?
Hey, I'm actually a junkie with the Transformers movies. So.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Okay, I grew up with the cartoon.
That's
okay,
fine.
so
It's fine.
so that's my thing. I actually don't mind Michael Bay. All right.
I love Michael Bay prior to Armageddon.
Okay.
Maybe Armageddon in some points, but
Mhm.
yeah, The Rock is one of my favorite action movies.
What he did to Pearl Harbor, though.
That was terrible.
Oh, so
That was one of the worst movies ever, I think.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want the Flemish?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
please.
Oh,
yes.
thank you, Jim.
Okay, so the Flemish is the Dutch language as spoken in Flanders, one of the two official languages of Belgium.
Oh,
So it's
there
the
it is.
people of Flanders.
Flanders.
Okay, all right.
Flanders, and then they're Flemish.
He was
And
my
then
favorite
Flams.
character
All
in
right.
The Simpsons.
Me too. I like that.
All right.
That's good to know.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
You learn something on Under the Radar.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Always learning.
The more
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
And knowing is half the battle.
Nice.
Okay.
Back to Michael Bay.
Okay.
So yeah, The Rock. That's my
Rock was great.
Yeah.
It really was.
He did Bad Boys 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're doing a third actually.
Really?
I think. I
Mhm.
heard like a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting.
I'm eternally grateful to Michael Bay for having just made the first Transformers live action movie.
I love the first one, but
Yeah.
after that, kind of.
Well, I'm a kind of a junkie when it comes to the Transformers. So
Yeah.
as a result, I liked the sequels.
Okay.
All right. I will admit, in fact, the last night that came out,
Yeah.
I was flipping over the references to like Unicron and Nemesis Prime and so forth. That's the Transformers nerd in me. So
Okay.
it appealed to that.
That's good.
Okay.
It's good to be nostalgic about current movies that
You know.
hint at your childhood.
Yeah, and just all those references and all those little Easter eggs. And I'm a little on the fence about Hot Rod having a French accent, but I'm like, okay, at least Hot Rod is on screen.
Okay.
All right. So,
Josh, are you a Transformers aficionado?
You know what? I did enjoy the first one. And I think the last one I saw I was real into it at the beginning, and then I kind of lost it, and now the movie's come out, and kind of, there's another one.
Yeah.
The last one I saw was the one with Mark Wahlberg.
That was
yeah.
that one
The
part 4.
The one where
Age of Extinction, I think it was.
Yeah, I think I remember like his house blows up at one point, and then in another scene you like see it.
Okay.
It's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My biggest gripe about the fourth one, Age of Extinction, was how some of the enemy Transformers, like they turned into orbs and then reassemble into the next form. That was my biggest gripe, because I expect to see thousands of moving parts shifting and transforming, but not to disassemble into orbs and then reassemble into the next form.
Do not disassemble.
I'm like, and I mean, I see what they were trying to do, but I was like, no. This is Transformers. You're supposed to have all these mechanical moving parts moving around, not disassembling into orbs and then reassembling into the next form. I'm like, no.
I need to. Now I kind of want to see those orbs. That sounds kind of cool.
Okay, all right. So yeah, Transform that Age of Extinction. That one was yes. Okay.
I think I gave up after the third one. I think I dozed off in the theater during the third.
Well, I liked in the fifth one, the last night. I liked Anthony Hopkins in that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is he like a Transformer / human?
No. He is not. He is like a descendant of a long line of a family that has had Autobots in their service.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and like his butler is a headmaster, so it's like his butler's a human-sized transformer, but transforms into the head of a much larger transformer.
Okay.
And the much larger transformer is like a sports car with basically a headless body, So he's like, he's a headmaster.
Is it related to Bumblebee at all? Or?
No, well, yeah, Bumblebee is involved in it. As a matter of fact, Bumblebee has had encounters with Anthony Hopkins' character when he was a lot younger.
Oh, interesting.
So they're trying to retcon Bumblebee's history on Earth as like he's been on Earth like a lot earlier.
Okay.
So he has like ties to like World War II and so forth. So they tried to give a new backstory to him. So much so that I understand that a Bumblebee standalone movie is coming out in the works.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So they're setting that up, I think,
That's
for
cool.
that. So there it is.
Fun.
All right.
So, guys, let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
You like what I did there?
There you go.
Okay. Oh, I see what you did there.
Boom.
Thank you. Favorite movies of all time?
Favorite. Oh, gotta go. I'm gonna go with Ghostbusters, Back to the Future,
Oh, thank you.
and I'm gonna say third for Amelie.
Wow, that's okay. So you got
It's a little
classic,
shift.
classic Spielberg, and then Amelie.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta have the sauce.
Yes, no, it's a great movie though.
Mhm.
Beautiful movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to someone very recently about that movie too. There's a scene where she skips a stone on a pond, and it like goes right into the camera.
hmm
It's such a beautiful shot. I don't know. That just sticks with me.
There's so many in that film, just kind of just single images or just motions of things that just it sticks with you throughout. You know.
It's just so beautiful and fluid.
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Mm.
French. Yeah. Have you seen it?
Which one?
Amelie.
No, I haven't. I haven't even. I'm sorry, I haven't heard it until
okay.
now. My apologies.
It's okay.
All right.
How dare you?
No,
All right.
I know you wanted to talk about Dunkirk.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But I think out of the three of us, you're the only one who saw it.
I saw that sucker on opening night. So yeah,
You're a big Nolan fan.
huge Nolan fan. Oh, I've
Listen.
I loved his work since when. No, there are people who are not. There are people who are.
Yeah.
From what I've read of the forums, there are people who are like they want to deride him. It's like they're like anti-Nolan.
Well, I kind of fell asleep during Interstellar, to be honest with you. This is just.
You know what?
God.
I get that because there were a lot of careful, slow moments and so forth. I get that.
He was on the farm for the
Yeah.
40 minutes. I had come on, go to space already.
Yeah.
Wherever you're going.
Why are you in the bookcase?
Yeah, all right. But no, he was really careful of building the scenario and the setup, because he did everything did come together towards the end. So he was very careful about the storytelling in Interstellar. So you kind of it's one of those things you really need to sit through.
He has a vision, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, very much.
I've
I love this
heard
vision.
very good things about Dunkirk.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's actually one of my specialty for history is the World War II studies. And
Mm-hmm.
all of my colleagues who have seen it have nothing but praise about it. They said not only is it a good movie, it was done very respectfully from the perspectives that
Yeah, right.
it was done at.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I do. I can't say enough good things about Dunkirk. Now, here's the thing: there are people who dislike Dunkirk strongly because there's no characters. There's no characters I can get behind. There's like no this with character, this character, that. I'm like, that's the point. You should go into this movie with the realization that there is no single character that takes center stage in Dunkirk, because the experience of the characters is that they're just in this crazy situation. They're just trying to freaking survive.
Yeah.
And all this insanity is going on all around them, and they're just basically trying to keep up with it all.
So
And
no main character.
there is no main
It's
character.
just the army.
And you know what? Just like in Memento, what the brilliance of Christopher Nolan is such that he makes the audience experience what the characters are going through. So the fact that there's no character that we can latch onto, especially emotionally, guess what? We are just trying to keep up with everything, just like the characters in the movie are trying to keep up with everything.
That's what war is.
Yeah. So, there's no time for like so-and-so's personal journey from like their farmhood childhood days to XYZ present day.
Right.
There's no need for that. They're just trying to survive, and survival is their victory.
So there's no monologues from Tom Hanks about
No, nothing of the
Just be a
sort.
school teacher.
No, like a few lines here and there. And
Right.
another thing is, and this is, I thought, a brilliant thing, the perspective is just from the soldiers. In other words, you never see a German on screen ever in Dunkirk.
Wow.
So you experience everything from the soldier's point of view. So like when they're in some little ship and like bullet holes are coming in through the hull while they're beached, you're like, it's such a claustrophobic feeling. You feel what they're feeling. You're in their shoes, kind of.
Okay.
So I thought that was just brilliant. And it's like the Germans, they're like this invisible terror, this invisible enemy. They're terrifying as a result. Like just faceless enemy. You never see them, and it's just so much more terrifying. So the movie, it plays a lot less like a war movie, but it plays a lot more like a thriller suspense movie.
Wow.
So
Can you even compare it to Saving Private Ryan?
no. The only way you could loosely compare them is just the fact that they're war movies.
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan is definitely a war movie. There are characters that you identify with, that you can latch behind because you know their backstory, you know their personal their personal subplot and so forth. In Dunkirk, the fact that there is no character to latch onto, I think that was an excellent point. It may piss off somebody who is used to having a character to get behind, because there is nothing that Dunkirk does not offer that. But it's like if once you realize that is the point of Dunkirk, then I think you're one step closer to accepting the movie for what it is.
Wow. So it stuck with you.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
It
Yes.
made an impact.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Mhm.
That's a great
So.
promotion there.
Yeah. Right. So I got nothing out of it. I'm just saying,
Warner
go
Brothers,
out and see it.
Please pay this man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I could use the residuals. There it is.
Yes, definitely.
Out.
So what else are you guys looking? Why didn't we do your
Favorites?
top three?
Oh God, just about anything by Nolan, of course.
Yeah.
And anything by George Lucas, so long as it has Star and Wars in the title. All right. All right. No, but seriously, The Count of Monte Cristo is a personal favorite movie of mine. The version with Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce.
Oh, the new one,
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just this personal journey. I just identified with it so really deeply. I loved it, especially all the hell that Dantes went through in that movie, the way that was portrayed. Right. You really feel so bad for this guy. It was so depressing. But then when he comes in as the Count of Monte Cristo for the first time with that grand entrance with the fireworks and the hot air balloon, I'm like, wow, my jaw was on the floor. That's a great. And V for Vendetta, another all-time favorite. Oh God, that movie was so brilliant. Yeah. I have a long list, enough to fill a roll of toilet paper in terms of movies that I love. But those are some of my top favorites at the moment.
And what are you looking forward to in theaters?
I'm looking forward to in theaters.
Yes, sir.
Ready Player One.
Oh, I just saw the trailer for that yesterday.
Looks pretty cool. I've never read the book. I have several friends who read the book, and they just cannot wait.
Okay.
And it looks
Spielberg.
I guess. Am I right? It's not actually done production yet.
I don't know. I mean, it looked kind of. I mean, they have a trailer out.
Yeah.
Maybe they're editing. Post.
Let's see. Movies to look forward to?
Yeah.
Well, anything that is made by Marvel Studios, of course. I'm a junkie like that. Yes.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love Deadpool so much. Oh, my gosh.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, I love the sense of humor in Deadpool. I love how the character just was like all over the place and how he really not just carried the movie, because that's just an understatement.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but coming up, let's see, Deadpool 2, of course. Let's see, anything by Marvel, of course.
I'm for the next Spider-Man, because Homecoming was insanely good.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Just so long as the Tom Holland Spider-Man shows up, I'm there.
Well, he's young, so he'll be around for a while.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, I think the next time we're going to see him is the next Avengers movie coming out?
Yeah.
Infinity War?
Infinity War.
Yeah, I think that comes out next year, I think. I hope. Because all the way this phase has been building up. Oh, I can't wait for that. That's going to be...
So with all these Marvel movies, do you think that they're just going to run out of steam?
Heck no.
I think eventually...
eventually
you're going to have a stinker or two, because it's just inevitable. You can't have... But I think so far, they're on a roll.
Yeah. Though Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was not impressed with.
I had not seen that one yet.
I liked that one so much.
You like the second one?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yes, I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I liked Kurt Russell in that one. Oh my gosh, I liked his scene so much, and his byplay with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, they were good.
That whole father-son dynamic that they had, I thought was just so good.
Yeah.
And of course, all the jokes and the wisecracks and the general humor, especially by Rocket. Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, no, it was okay. But the first, you can't recapture the magic of the original.
You don't have to. Yeah, all you have to do is just take what you started and then just take it forward somehow.
Yeah. All right. Well, they're probably gonna make a third, right?
Oh, I'm sure they will. Well, they're gonna show up in Infinity War.
Okay. So they're all coming together.
Yeah. The Avengers with the Guardians of the Galaxy, all in one gigantic movie. I cannot wait.
To be honest with you, I'm more of a DC guy. But I respect Marvel immensely for what they've accomplished in the past 5 years.
You get into, and I know it's not filmed just yet, but Supergirl.
Supergirl, I've been meaning to watch it. I saw a quick clip on it. Was just on TV once.
Yeah,
it looks weird.
It's worth it.
Are we talking like the current TV series, or are we talking about
not the Helen Slater 1980 movie?
Yeah. I actually met Helen Slater back at Eternal Con. So.
I wanted to go to that. Yeah, how was she nice?
Oh my God, she is a real lady.
That's great.
Wow.
I would have just talked about City Slickers. She was in City Slickers.
That's right. Yeah.
I got a picture with me next to her, so I waited online for that. And you know what? I wanted to say something meaningful to her. So I said, well, by the time I stood up, she's tall, by the way.
Oh, is she really?
Wow, she was tall. Yes. Huh. And after I took the picture next to her, I said to her, and I quote, I believe in good luck charms, and I hope this photo will be the secret of my success.
Oh, yes. She was in the secret of my success with Michael J. Fox.
So she was very grateful for that. Her reaction
That is
alone,
awesome.
priceless.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just rewatched that very recently.
Oh, the
I
secret of my
got the
success.
Michael J. Fox 5 DVD pack.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love
Kudos.
it. Yes. You got Secret of My Success, Greedy, what's it? For Love or Money, and what's the other one? The Hard Way. The James Woods, Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
No, I didn't
go.
see.
It's a
Yes.
cop
It's
thriller.
like I was gonna say like a buddy cop.
Yeah,
thriller.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So random. What a tangent.
Right. Yeah, right. They'll just follow them.
It's awesome.
Another rabbit hole to wrap. You know.
So we got about 15 minutes left.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Let's
You
see. Yeah.
mentioned World War II. That struck a chord. That was like, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then we talked about Dunkirk. Do you have a favorite World War II movie? Or a war movie in general?
It's weird to say favorite for this one,
Okay.
but I'll still always go back to, in terms of what I think was well made, although very flawed in its principal character, was Schindler's List.
Oh, wow.
And again, at least I'm not going to say it's not favorite, but I think
Yeah.
it was on the scale of telling a story of the time. And Schindler's List actually changed how we teach World War II and Holocaust studies. It was after Schindler's List, because I mean, most of those scenes were actually filmed in the same locations or similar to the locations in Poland.
Wow.
And Schindler's List is actually what started, for example, the Shoah Foundation, which is where we get a lot of the record keeping of survivors. Steven Spielberg used the money from that to go directly into the Shoah Foundation.
I heard you didn't take a penny or something, or you didn't really get
Yes.
much.
And in fact, one of my previous professors tells the story of worked on the Shoah Foundation when it initially came out, and they didn't have an office for it. It was actually in Universal Studios. And I think I said it was right behind the Jurassic Park ride. So they had to be really careful to when they were filming things and such, because you'd have the T-Rex roar. So you had to watch it.
They came out the same year, too.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a crazy year for Spielberg.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that actually it was after Schindler's List, you actually started seeing things like Holocaust studies and things like that emerging, because you had this huge push and interest in the Holocaust again. So I mean, it not only was a film that I think was excellent in terms of conveying the event, but it also changed how we teach history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is insane. Have you ever been to the Holocaust Museum?
Yes, yeah. Actually, my first master's degree was in Holocaust studies, so I did a lot of my
Wow.
research up on the top floor there.
Wow.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I know so much about.
Doc, this is heavy.
Yeah, right.
No, but that's very important to teach. What grade do you teach again?
I teach 7th grade history, and then I'm an adjunct history professor with Widener University.
Wow.
Mm.
That's insane. What are you doing here?
Right.
That's great.
On the subject of World War II, I know we tend to limit our discussions to movies and once in a while TV shows.
Yeah.
Is it all right, with your permission, if I make a tangent into anime?
Oh, anime. I know nothing about it, but I will listen and learn.
Okay, because while we're on the subject of World War II,
Yes.
there is an anime that came out last year called Joker Game.
Oh, any relation to DC?
No. It has nothing to do with the Joker, if that's what you're wondering.
Yes.
But it does have references to the Joker playing card in the deck of cards.
All right.
Because the premise is that it takes place in World War II Japan at a secret training facility for spies.
Okay.
The main characters are spies. And the premise is that the game itself, it looks like a game of poker.
Okay.
But the real objective is that what the players are doing, and also the people hanging out around, is that once someone has been dealt the Joker card, that person becomes a target. So the nearby players have to, the idea is to secretly peek at their cards, or the onlookers have to peek at the cards and signal to the other players. Mm-hmm. And here's the real catch. The idea is that the players have to somehow secretly recruit the onlookers to give them the information that they need to play the game and play the. So it's not, on the surface, it looks like a poker game, but the real game is this really shadowy game of espionage played between the players and the onlookers, and to try to recruit the onlookers to your side or get them to betray the one player to the other. Then that game becomes a metaphor for the entire story, because the spy master in charge of the facility goes on to explain that is what happened to Japan at the recent disarmament summit. Because Japan was so preoccupied with the surface of the game, they had no idea what the real game was. Because when they went into that disarmament summit, they had no idea that all their intelligence and information was leaked out to the other players at the table, namely the other countries.
Okay.
So that became the explanation as to why espionage and information and the gathering of it is so very important.
Okay.
And there was also a lot of philosophy about spies, how a spy should not kill, a spy should not commit suicide, because those are the worst decisions that they can make. Because what happens is, as soon as a death takes place, the local police and law enforcement can and will investigate, and therefore draw attention to the operation.
All right.
You know, so the first episode, the main character is a soldier sent from the higher ups in the military to basically spy on this spy agency, and he's like, "No, I'm not a spy. I hate spies. They're all gutless cowards." You know,
Is this a series?
it's an anime. Yeah, it's an anime series, 12 episodes. The first 2 episodes deal with setting up the scenario. The 8 spies, they all go by code names, fake names, and the spy master Yuki, and of course this soldier Sakuma, who comes in and basically is indoctrinated into this world. He hates their guts. He despises them with a passion at first, because he's a soldier. He believes in honor. He believes in bravery. He believes in everything being upfront and so forth. So he has such a really deep dislike for all these people, all these spies. But because he was the one who got dealt the Joker card when he played poker with them.
Right.
And when they told him that they were, peeking at his hand and so forth, he was outraged by them. And so he was, during the course of that one scene, which is like the pivotal scene, he got explained what this world was.
You know, Rod, this is fascinating, but we have less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. Okay.
Just one quick question for you. Are you going to Katsucon next year?
Oh, I am not.
No. I mean, I don't think I'm going either. I went the previous 2 years.
I've never been, so.
It's fun.
Uh-huh.
I know nothing about anime, and it was still fun.
Okay.
There's a lot of cosplay.
Okay.
There's like some panels, and basically it takes place at this hotel/convention center, and the convention, Katsucon, is open 24 hours. So you've got all these like 17-year-old kids camping out in the hallways, and it's kind of cool in that respect. But
yeah,
I'm not an anime guy myself.
Okay. Well, I go to New York Comic Con a lot, so
that was gonna be my next question to you guys.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because like there's so much subdivision that goes on. There are anime followers at New York Comic Con. They're easy to find, and there's also like fans of the American popular media, everything from Game of Thrones to the Marvel and DC stuff. So it's like
a pop culture explosion.
Yeah, exactly. It's like such a melting pot. You know.
Josh, are you going this year?
I actually got in late in finding out about the tickets for New Comics. So next year, I might be there for some of the hangouts afterwards.
Yeah.
But
This year you'll be for the hangouts.
Yeah, afterwards. I didn't get in on time for
All right.
tickets,
Well,
so.
I think I might just be there on Sunday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
figure that out.
All right. All right. So, just one last thing about, Joker Game. I just want to quickly recommend it. So,
sure.
because, anime is such that it covers a very, very wide range of topics and subject matter. Okay. This one deals specifically with World War II spies.
Okay.
So if you're into, say, a little bit of World War II history and so forth, because it's a very episodic, well, it's not episodic actually, because each episode or pair of episodes deals with a different character.
Okay.
So don't expect like one story arc that spreads throughout the entire series. No, it doesn't work that way. So if you're like, say, a bit of a history buff, especially around the World War II era, like you, Josh, and so forth, it's I cannot recommend Joker Game enough.
All right. So.
And there's an English dub, so it makes it a lot easier to follow.
So Dunkirk, Joker Game.
Yeah.
Got it. Is Joker Game on Netflix?
I don't.
Accessible?
Maybe. I'll look into it. Okay.
I'm kind of curious now. You really talked it up.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Okay. So as soon as I find a link, I'll share it with you personally. Okay.
Most I've seen anime is Spirited Away.
Okay.
Oh, Miyazaki. Oh, yeah, that's classic. Right.
I'm a Disney fan too, and when they brought that over and they did the dubs over of it, it was pretty much all of the characters they were currently. So little girl is Lilo. The friend that she meets is Megaruth and Hercules. Yeah. What's his face from all the car movies? And
I can't believe they've done 3 car movies and only 2 Monsters Inc.
Well, And Incredibles,
Next year,
they're
part
still
2.
holding on.
There it
to
is. There it is.
This is the final conversation I wanted. Disney and Pixar. What are some of your favorite Disney? Doesn't have to be anime, computer. Could be like from the.
Well, if you're going to go way
let's
back,
do it in general.
way back.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Oh, wow.
You got to go like within
That's a
more
good
modern. Loved Wreck-It Ralph. I'm really looking forward to.
I only saw Big Hero 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
but Wreck-It Ralph, from what I understand, there's a second one coming
I
out.
heard
Ralph
something about
Wrecks the Internet.
Go
something
check
like
it
that.
out.
Yeah, right.
Really enjoyed The Incredibles. I can't wait for that. And I don't believe that
It took
she.
them 13 years.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, Cars.
Yeah.
Coming out like crazy.
Yeah, right.
But I am going to miss, and I don't believe that she was involved in any of the filming of it. But the actress, and I cannot remember her name, who played Mirage, has passed away. And so
Yeah.
she will not be in it. And I loved her character.
Hispanic lady.
Yes.
Pena. Elizabeth Pena.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
she was in a few movies, random movies.
I remember seeing her on certain 80s TV sitcoms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Elizabeth Pena, yeah.
She was in a good movie from 1987 called Batteries Not Included.
Oh, yes.
wait.
Produced by Steven Spielberg.
With
Batteries not.
Jessica
Oh my
Tandy.
gosh, I remember that.
Hume Cronin.
Yep.
Such a weird, beautiful movie.
Mhm.
How would you describe it? So they live in this like rundown apartment building in I think the city downtown, and basically they're going to demolish it. And there's a random group of people who live in the building. They're trying to save the building, and randomly one night these visitors come in the form of robotic aliens, kind of like
Tiny spaceships.
tiny transformers.
Yeah.
Except they don't transform.
No,
right?
well, they kind of do weird stuff.
Yeah,
And they
right.
save the building.
And they have kids, too.
Yeah.
The one gives birth.
Yeah.
Cutest thing ever. The little machine.
Little Jessica Tandy taking care.
Yeah.
And she's the one who takes care of the little baby. It was, they're my friends. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
She's
That
one
was
I
a-
miss. I miss
Yeah,
Jessica.
she was good.
Mm.
Yeah, fried green tomatoes.
Yes.
And,
Mm.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Mhm.
Did she win the Oscar? She was nominated, I think.
If she wasn't at least nominated,
She's a great actress.
Mhm.
So what
Disney, yes.
Disney, yes. Come on.
I believe it or not, I actually have a really strong soft spot for The Little Mermaid.
Oh, me too.
Um,
Great one.
I love that so
That
much. It was so
started
endearing.
The late 80s, 90s renaissance.
Of
Disney.
Disney animated movies post Walt Disney himself.
Mhm.
That was just what a ride that
Beautiful
was.
soundtrack, too.
Yeah. Oh, Jodie Benson's voice was so beautiful.
Yeah,
I
she
love
did
it.
a lot of voice work.
I know, and you know what? Sadly enough, I've had a really strong fixation on redheads ever since.
That's another episode.
Okay,
Not
all right. But that was so lovely, so beautiful. That really
Beautiful
moved
movie,
me deeply.
Great
Yeah,
animation.
you know,
Then you had Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. That just goes without saying. Wow,
And
that was
the
extraordinary.
The first animated movie to be nominated for an Oscar.
The only animated movie.
The only.
And
Oh.
to go back to your little, I want to say that Little Mermaid was
Mm.
the last Disney film to be done 100% by hand.
Mm.
Yes, it was because Beauty and the Beast
Had the ballroom.
had some CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. So did Lion King. Oh, and Aladdin. They
Mhm,
both-
mhm.
The carpet chase when he's
Mhm.
trying to escape the cavern.
Right,
Yes.
right.
There's some
Yeah.
CGI in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be my favorite.
Uh-huh.
That and Little Mermaid are tied. My
Right.
favorite of all
Uh-huh.
time.
As far as like classic Disney, those
Yeah.
are. They had like really spotty results with like live action especially back when Disney himself was still alive.
Uh-huh.
But since then, Pirates of the
Mary
Caribbean.
Poppins- That's the Mary Poppins era, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mary Poppins, that was good, but they had actually quite a few more live action movies.
Yeah,
They had,
yeah.
like
Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon, Condor Man. I'm like one of the last few who remember that movie.
Condor Man.
Yes. See what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You know?
I remember Condor Man.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
I'll add that to the list.
Oh,
Okay. Condor Man. God, what else? The Cat from Outer Space. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Again, one of the few. And okay, you don't even remember it either.
I
But you
don't
remember
even-
Condor Man. I still
remember
can't.
Condor Man.
I like, was it Disney? But Cool Runnings.
Yes.
And the Mighty Ducks.
I do have to add on, we were talking about the live action era of Mary Poppins. One thing that I am nervous about
They're doing another one?
is the Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh, dear.
And I cannot remember the name of the actress. She played the opposite secretary in The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh,
Oh.
I think it's Emily Blunt who's
Right.
and
She's good.
Lin Manuel
from
Hamilton
Okay.
is playing Bird.
Sounds a little weird.
It
Who's directing?
do not know.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, as a Mary Poppins fan, I'm nervous.
All right.
I'm cautiously nervous.
Cautiously nervous, just like for the last Ghostbusters, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, guys, that's about all the time we've got today.
Mhm.
I want to. You guys have anything to plug, or that you haven't already?
I'll plug. Let's see. I'm a semi-regular at LOL Comedy Club in Times Square, New York.
Nice.
Times Square Magic. So please check that out, especially when I'm on the card. But especially the magic shows that they have there. They've got a really good cast of guys there. I should know. I've worked with several of them. So LOL Comedy Club, Times Square Magic. Check it out.
Okay, great, Josh.
Any 7th graders in Chester County, Pennsylvania, O.J. Roberts Middle School, I'll see you in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and Josh and I will be doing some Ghostbuster events in the near future.
Yeah, come by, see us.
And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So guys, that's been the show. I'm your host, Randy Younger, and this has been Under the Radar. Thanks so much for watching.
Okay. That was a lot of fun, actually.
I won't cry, I won't fight, 'cause maybe one day you're gonna get it right. Here's a noteworthy clue, I like my everything blue.
HondaCertified.com, the easy way to search from thousands of vehicles. Get a certified pre-owned Honda at the Dream Deal sales event, happening now.
Thank you.